Hi, it's me, Wade, that mobile home guy, coming to you from the other side of the stop sign where pizza delivery fears to go. And we all know how brave that pizza delivery guy is for his $2 tip. Okay, so I apologize that I haven't been updating for a while. There's a lot been going on, family stuff and all that. And let me get on my soapbox here. Corporate America wants you to sacrifice your family so you can spend more time at work to get more money so you can provide for your family who you're spending more time away from. And you become disenfranchised. That's why your kids don't relate to you, why you and your wife are going to get a divorce. And corporate America screws up the family life. Get a side business to where you can spend more time with your wife and your family. Do not get disenfranchised and screw corporate America. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. So anyway, spent a lot of time with family this last week. A whole lot of time. And it was fun time, good time. During that time, my business partner Robert and I found a mobile home. Normally we look for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, but this was a too good to pass up 2-bedroom, 2-bath. And we're trying to get a hold of it right now. I am calling and emailing the son of the owner like crazy, trying not to be harassing, but letting him know I want this property. And I don't know if maybe he doesn't have access to the internet, or maybe his phone is turned off and it's just because it goes straight to voicemail. I can't get a hold of him, but I want this property. Okay, there's a little video of me and Robert taking a look at the property, so you get to see Robert for the first time. This piece of property, let me explain really quick. One of the things was that you want to go see the mobile home park manager first to make sure that you can do a deal there. And this is a good example why. Because at first the park manager said no. Okay? And it wouldn't have worked. Basically, his thing is you got to live there. And after I kind of explained what I was doing, he kind of warmed up to me, but the answer was still no. And it wasn't until we started talking, he said, well, what guidelines do you use? And I said, we use your guidelines. The only thing is that we add that you have to have 2-year work history, no felons, no DUIs. Pretty basic. For whatever else that they have, those are the 3 writers that we have. And he said, okay. And I said, maybe I haven't made myself clear, and I apologize if that's what's happening, because that's my fault. But basically, we want to do whatever you want because we want you happy. We want to be able to come back and do business in this park again. And he kind of, like, this light bulb went off in the back of his head and started to shine out through his eyes, because he was like, oh, okay. And he's a really good guy. He's got a lot going on right now. It turns out the mobile home I was looking at, that he wanted it for himself, but he's the mobile home park manager, and part of the deal for this mobile home park, one of the great selling points, is that they take care of the lawns, the water, and the sewer. The trash are all taken care of by the mobile home park. If you buy this mobile home park, that's something that you can increase your revenue by passing on to the tenants. Okay? So anyhow, he told me something kind of interesting. The mobile home that I'm buying, I'm actually dealing with the son of the owner, because the owner became ill and he needs to sell the mobile home to get revenue to pay for his doctor bills. Well, the mobile home park manager told me the majority of people who live in that park, that's what they're going through. They are elderly, and they really should be living in a home, but they're still active and they want to be independent, so they live in these mobile homes. Which, not to be draconian or anything, but I was just like, okay, there's like a whole bunch of these mobile homes that are going to come up for sale in the next couple years. I got to be on the good side of this guy. So there was another mobile home in the park that was for sale, and I asked him about it, and he basically flat told me, he said, that mobile home is older than the one that you're going to be buying, and they want $10,000. It's really not worth it. And then he said, here's where you want to go. He goes, if that's what you're doing is purchasing mobile homes and fixing them up to resell, he goes, you're going to want to hit these 3 mobile home parks. And he said, first one, that was a mobile home park that told me I could not do Lonnie deals there. And he said that, you probably didn't talk to the owner. You probably talked to one of the junior secretaries, and they didn't understand. Then he told me about another park that I'd been through before, and it's a pretty rundown park. It's not middle tier, which is where I want to be. But he said if you go through there, there's a lot of mobile homes that are a little older that are going to be in your price range. Then he told me about another mobile home park, and he said, this is not a mobile home park that you want to live in. He said, but this is the exact type of mobile home park where you can go in, buy a mobile home for $1,000, put in $2,000 or $3,000, and then sell it for $5,000 and do a quick $2,000 turnaround. And he goes, and mobile homes are easy to work on. And I was like, okay. And he goes, no, I'm serious. He goes, they're really easy to work on. Anybody can do it. He goes, you buy a book on mobile home repair and you'll be an expert. And as soon as you work on your first one, because if you have a little bit of a mistake, you'll be better the next time because you'll learn from that mistake. And I was like, okay, I like the way this guy thinks. But anyway, so I have emailed and called the son of the owner of the mobile home over and over and over again. I don't want to be harassing, so I'm kind of backing off. But he hasn't gotten back to me yet, and it's driving me nuts. Normally, you're looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. This happens to be a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, but it's in a perfect location. I mean, it is just a hop, skip, and a jump up the street to a supermarket. There is fast food all around, good schools, churches. I mean, everything that you could want is right up. I mean, really, seriously, you could walk, even as an elderly person. It wouldn't take that far to walk to get to one of these places. It's fantastic, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. I'm sure that we'll be able to flip it like that. So me and Robert are both really excited. Here's a little video of us walking around the mobile home. You get a good shot of Robert. He's a great guy. I'm not friends with losers, and Robert and I are really good friends. This is my partner, Robert. Okay, and we're taking a look at, this will be our 3rd mobile home. This is the first one that he's seen. And from the look of it, this is a pretty nice mobile home. We're noticing some stuff about it. I mean, look at these trees around here. That's going to provide a lot of coverage. We've got covered parking, which would be a big selling point. This is a single wide, and when you purchase, you always want to try to get a single wide, and the reason why is because double wides are a pain in the ass. They get, also, if you have to move it, it's expensive. Okay, the first thing I noticed is that the steps are pretty sturdy, but there's a big, steep, the first step's pretty big. So I'm kind of thinking that we gotta add a first step. Also, alrighty, and the video comes to a sudden end because I live in Oklahoma, and it's one of the great things about being here is that they're all really close neighbors, and if anybody unusual is snooping around, the neighbors come out and start asking you questions, and she asked not to be on film. So that was the 2-bedroom, 2-bath mobile home that Robert and I are trying to get a hold of. And here's the great thing. The price for this 2-bedroom, 2-bath mobile home is $2,500. And we really think that one of the things that I recognized was that the son wasn't advertising anywhere except for Craigslist. And if you're really selling, one of the things you want to learn about mobile home investing is marketing. It's why I really like Robert Woodruff's stuff. He really hammers in marketing. I can't wait to go, but I'm gonna have to. Because I went through, I checked the newspapers. There are 2 local newspapers, and then there's the what's called the Thrifty Nickel. It's like the Penny Saver, one of those weekly advertisement papers. And this mobile home wasn't listed. And I knew that if I put it in the newspaper and in the Thrifty Nickels, that we would generate a lot of calls. And the law of large numbers basically tells us that if the more calls that we get, the more prospective buyers that we're going to get that meet the criteria that the mobile home park's going to want, we're going to be able to sell to them. Okay, so still waiting. I don't know what's taking this guy. I hope something hasn't happened to the father and that the mobile home's gone into probate, which is just a freaking nightmare. But I'll let you know. This is Wade, that mobile home guy, excuse me, coming to you from the other side of the stop sign where pizza delivery fares to go.